Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Wyeth Stadium here on this warm October evening. Tonight, it's homecoming for your Jefferson Jayhawks as they square off against the visiting Belvidere Bucs in their final home game of the season. Alongside former Jayhawk coach and 2024 RPS 205 Hall of Fame inductee Rick Schmitz, I'm Trevor Larson with you on the call here tonight on Jefferson TV. We're in the final stretch of the season, and let's take a look at both of these squads heading into tonight's action, starting with our visitors. The Bucs are coming into tonight's matchup at 0-6, coming off a tough loss last week at home against their rivals at Belvidere North. They're trying to get on the win column for the first time this season, Rick.
You know, it's that time of the season. You got people banged up and, walking around a little gingerly. And with them both 0-6 at this point, you might see something a little differently. Might be something a little differently defensively, or lining up in a different formation offensively. Could be a trick play, just something to kind of gain momentum with. And I guess we're probably looking at Jefferson just coming out and trying to physically use their will against them. But this should be very interesting just to see what little tricks of the trade they come up with.
Yeah, we're talking about the Jayhawks as well, of course, as you mentioned, 0-6. But you're looking at their schedule. The old adage is you are what your record says you are. But a couple bounces here, a tipped pass there. They could be looking at a couple wins already on the season. So we think that they're a little bit better than what their record shows. And they've got a couple of winnable games here in the final third of the season. I know they would love to get on the win column here tonight.
You're absolutely correct, Trevor. Little, bobble here and a missed block there and interception or, whatever it might be, missed tackle. But they could have 3 wins right now. Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah, that's the question indeed. About a minute and a half away from the pregame festivities wrapping up. Jayhawks did win the coin toss and deferred, so they'll kick the opening half and assumedly receive in the second. Got a bit of a warm evening, a nice warm 75. It'll dip into the upper 60s, maybe even the lower 60s as we progress throughout the night. But a nice dry game should make for some clean football. The visiting Belvidere Bucs are coached by Sean Donnelly, your Jefferson Jayhawks Cody Casaza. As again, we're about a minute away from kickoff here tonight on Jefferson TV. Couple of games around the league. Auburn and Belvidere North square off tonight. Freeport and Guilford, Harlem and East, Boylan and Hononegah. All those games are live. Looking at the standings as well, Belvidere North resides on top 6-0, but they've got 3 teams hot on their tail as they all are trying to vie for that conference championship. Again, here in the NIC-10, there's no tiebreakers, so all 3 of those teams in the 2 through 4 spot, hoping that North drops a game as they'd like to share in the championship.
Yeah, these last couple of weeks are really going to tell a lot of things, and it's gonna help people or put people in position for the postseason. That's one of the important things, depending on what bracket you get into.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wyeth Stadium.
We'll send it over to the PA announcer for the school sound and the national anthem, and then we'll get you set for kickoff coming up next here on Jefferson TV.
With a play of our national anthem played tonight by our very own Jefferson band, directed by Mr. Benjamin Randecker, followed by our school song.
Well, I got to say that brings back memories.
It does indeed. We're getting set for kickoff. Again, Jefferson is in the black jerseys, yellow numbers. Belvidere in the white jerseys and the purple numbers, as they will kick off to start this opening half of football. Rick, it looks like Jefferson is going to try to set some physicality. They won the opening coin toss. They deferred, so they want to get their defense out there, maybe trying to set the tone here on homecoming evening.
I don't think there's any doubt there. I think they want to strike with the defense first.
Teams are ready to play. Belvidere, 2 return men back at the 25 and 30-yard line. This one's going to be kicked off to the left, and it's going to skip out of bounds. So that'll be a penalty on the opening kickoff. And Belvidere is going to be set up with great field position as they come out for offense for the first time here tonight.
They're going to have to improve their special teams tonight if they're going to win this game.
Interested to see what Belvidere is going to come out with. Again, the physicality is certain to set the tone here. Rick, we were talking a little bit in pregame. You mentioned the trenches as one of the key components for tonight's game on both sides. So whichever team wins the first half of football in the trenches might have the upper hand in this one. Belvidere going to come out in a modified pistol. 2 receivers off to the right, 1 to the left. Snap, and this one's going to be handed off to the running back coming out left, and a nice defensive play that time as running back Nick Alvarez only able to get about a yard on that first down carry.
Dante Love really read that real well, and he was right where he needed to be. And like you said, Trevor, nice tackle.
Second down and 9, ball on the 39-yard line. Again, Belvidere with good field position following the kickoff that went out of bounds. Come the Bucs, man in motion is Villarreal. Pitch out wide, and good defense that time on the perimeter as Villarreal unable to get anything. In fact, he's going to be dropped for a yard loss. So back-to-back good plays on defense here for Jefferson in the run game. Sets up 3rd and 10 for the Bucs.
Trevor, it's what we said before the game, just kind of talking about a couple things. They've already moved Trevor Love to the outside linebacker. They're going to try and keep their up front people as strong as they possibly can to stop the run, because that's where they've been a little weak.
Belvidere coming out 3rd and 10. Like they're going to have 3 receivers off to the left, running back out the left hip of the quarterback. Here's the rollout coming wide. Good pressure, and this one's going to be thrown, and a nice grab over near midfield as Villarreal able to snag that one in, and he's going to pick up first down on a great toss and catch by the Bucs offense.
So hard to run to the left and be able to throw like that. That was a really good pass. Good catch, too.
Once again, after the 3rd down pickup, ball is going to be spotted on the left hash. Here's Belvidere coming out. 2 receivers off to the right, 1 to the left. Man in motion is Villarreal. Once again, he's going to get the ball on the sweep play, and more good defensive pressure that time on the edge. As looks like that one might have been Gracious who got him first, as that's going to go down as a 2.5 yard. Now they're going to call it a 3-yard loss. So, Rick, already 2 negative plays by this Jefferson defense on the run play.
Yeah, they've started out swarming really well. With defense in the option, the time they pitched the ball, the last series, boy, they were right there. So, could be a long night.
Setting that edge, of course, one of the key principles in playing the run game, trying to get the offense backed up. So here's 2nd and 13 now. This one's going to be handed off on the power, and another nice tackle. Ball might have come loose.
Got a fumble.
And it's going to be on the ground. Looks like Jefferson might have it waiting for the call. And they do. Fumble recovery by the Jayhawks, and they'll take over inside Belvidere territory. So a first corner turnover here by the Jayhawks has their offense set up very nicely.
That might have been Sebastian recovering that fumble.
As he recovers the fumble, he comes out to play quarterback. We've seen him make a number of nice plays on offense here this season, leading the Jayhawks over 100 points on the year, as they'll come out with four receivers, 2 on either side. Gracious in the pistol. This one's going to be swing pass out to the right.
Nice.
Good block. Townsend has a little bit of space. Gets hung up around the 43-yard line, but a nice opening play for the Jayhawks as they pick up 7 on first down, 2nd and 3.
Got a little no huddle going here.
Check in over at the sideline. Gracious sending out signals to his receivers. Same formation, 2 receivers on either side of the formation. Here comes the blitz and a nice run play, as they're going to call this one close to the first down marker. I do think they're going to move the chains. Yes, they will. So a good second down run to pick up that first down. And nice run action that time. Beat the blitz. Looks like they might have had a free shot, but he handed that one off, and the running back just slipped right by him. Jefferson huddling up now following the first down. 1st and 10 here on the 39-yard line. Again, Jefferson took over on the fumble recovery by the defense. Here's Bracious in the pistol formation. 3 receivers off to the left. Looks like Belvidere showing pressure. Now he's going to check at the line. Here's the snap, turn, and
nice.
handoff, and a big hole running down the hash. Still going, trying to stay on his feet. All the way inside the red zone, LaShawn Gathright rips off a big run all the way down to the 11-yard line, and another big gainer here for the Jayhawks.
I see he used that stiff arm for about another 10 yards.
Here's another play. Out going wide is Bracious, and he's going to be hung up and stuffed. He's going to be dropped for a few-yard loss that time, as we see him run the ball for the first time this evening. Nothing doing that time on the first down carry, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Yeah, we're going to have to stop those guys in those gaps from Belvidere coming through.
Jefferson being methodical here. Ball going to be spotted on the 12-yard line following the 2-yard loss. 2nd and 12, Jefferson in the red zone. Jayhawks going big. They've got 2 tight ends. Here is going to be the hand up. Good penetration once again by Gathright, as he's going to go all the way down to about the 5.5-yard line. Another good run on this drive, as that'll set him up with 3rd and medium. 3rd and 5 will be the down and distance. Rick might be 4-down territory here.
Could be, could be.
Still enough room for a first down if they can get the ball inside the 1-yard line. That is the line to gain. Of course, the Jayhawks trying to punch it into the end zone here on their first drive of the evening. 2 tight ends set. Once again, a turn and a run. Good penetration by the Bucs defense, and Gathwright's going to go all the way down. I think there's going to be a yard shy of the first down marker. So 4 yards on that 3rd down carry, 4th and 1, and it looks like the Jayhawks are going to stay out there on offense trying to pick this one up.
You know, the one thing that I've seen with the Belvidere defense is they really look quick, and they're hitting their gaps, and their pursuit angles are really good. They're flying to the football pretty well.
Timeout is taken. A man down there for the Bucs. Looks like that's number 8, Juan Cervantes. So a good opening drive here for the Jayhawks, Rick, as they have had a couple of nice runs. LaShawn Gathright trying to get him established, and I think they have done so successfully. Now they got a critical 4th and short here down inside the 5-yard line as they try to put up 6 here early in the first quarter.
this will be one of those things where, okay, let's man up, you know. Let's get that yard and a half. At least get the first.
This drive, of course, set up by the turnover near midfield by the Jayhawks defense, as they got that a few plays in.
They've got 2 tight ends in right now. Got that little bunch trips on the right.
Crashes in the pistol. This one's going to be a handoff,
Nice.
and Gathright is going to get in for 6. Touchdown, Jayhawks. LaShawn Gathright early and often on the opening drive of this first drive of the game, as the Jayhawks go up 6-0, as they'll try for the extra point.
It's pretty much a straight handoff and get out of the way.
The score now to Jayhawks 6 and the visiting Bucs 0.
See what the Jayhawks do here. Looks like they're going to be set up to go for 2. Man in motion is Dante Love. Now stops on the left side of the formation. Braccia's going to fire it off on the slant and through the hands of Townsend. He was pressured that time on the 2-point try, as that would go down as no good. So score remains 6-0 in favor of the Jayhawks. Let's see if they can have a repeat on defense here. They forced a turnover last time out. You'd love to see that again and really take control of this game here in the first quarter.
Or just get them off the field, you know, 3 and out. Win that first down. Win that first down, get them off the field on 3rd down.
And if you're the Bucs coaching staff, of course, you know, you had that one big play on 3rd and long. Outside of that, nothing doing, especially on the run game. Jefferson just been that one drive, but they really controlled the trenches up front on defense on that first drive. I'm sure Coach Casaza would love to see nothing more than to see his guys continue to set the edge and stop this Belvidere Buck run offense.
You know, I kind of mentioned, you know, Belvidere on defense, you know, really running around the field and scrambling, and actually Jefferson's was also.
This one's going to be kicked down and fielded at the 19-yard line. Return man for the Bucs is Villarreal. He's going to get out to the 31-yard line, so give him 15 on the kick return, as the Bucs will be set up with decent field position here, as they try to answer back, having just surrendered a touchdown. Devon Embry coming out, leading this Bucs offense. Called Antonio Villarreal's name quite a bit so far here in this first quarter of action. Jefferson running a man in off the sideline. That's Shock playing wide corner. This one's going to be handed off. That is West. West trying to get outside, and he'll pick up a nice first down gainer. Give him 5 yards on that carry.
Carry by Belvidere's number 3. Brought down by a host of Jayhawk tacklers.
2nd and 5. Ball on the 36-yard line. Bucs trying to get some momentum here on their second drive of the evening. Jefferson just took the lead a few moments ago on a touchdown run by LaShawn Gathright. Here is Embry. This one is going to be handed off up the middle, and a nice burst of speed that time out across the 40 down to the 43-yard line. So a 8-yard pickup that time on 2nd down, as the Bucs pick up a first down here, their 2nd first down of the quarter. Nick Alvarez on the carry.
Their backs look a little faster to the line of scrimmage this series. They really scoot up in there. You see they moved Braccia's from a linebacker to an outside linebacker or defensive end.
Belvidere has 2 tight ends off the left formation. This one's going to be a carry for Embry, and he's going to be stood up around the line of scrimmage. Nice play that time out wide, as they are able to stand him up, and no gain on that first down carry. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Quarterback keeper brought down by Jayhawks number 44, DeAndre McGee.
DeAndre McGee on the tackle. Belvidere working methodically here, huddling up. trying to keep the ball on the ground. This time they'll come out in a 4-wide set. 3 receivers off left, 1 to the right, running back off the right hip of the quarterback. Here's going to be another handoff up the middle and just another nice play on the interior that time. Looks like Blake Adrian might have had first contact on the defensive line. And it's going to be 3rd and 10, another 3rd and long here for the Jefferson defense. The last time they were in this position, they surrendered that 12-yard catch and a first down for the Bucs. I'm sure they'd love to get off the field right here.
Jefferson's doing a good job tackling in bunches tonight so far.
That brings up 3rd down.
3rd and long, uncomfortable position here if you're the Bucs. So they've got to pick up 10. First down is the 47 on the other half. 3 receivers off right. Here is the snap. Embry rolling right. He's going to throw this one downfield and a nice grab. Looks like he might have came up a yard shy. So a beautiful catch near the sideline that time. But they're going to say he was a yard shy. We'll see if the Bucs offense is going to want to stay out. And it looks like they will. Looks like they're going to try to pick up this 4th down. It's 4th and a long one here for the Bucs. But before that, we're going to have a timeout as we'll take a quick break here. You're watching Jefferson TV. Welcome back here to Jefferson TV, where the Jayhawks lead the Bucs 6-0. 2:41 left to play here in the first quarter. Belvidere just picked up 9 yards on a 3rd and 10 as they're going to try to go for it here. 4th and 1. It's going to be man-on-man up front. We'll see if the Jayhawks can stop them right here. Embry's going to come out in the pistol formation once again. 2 receivers either side. And we are going to have a stoppage. I don't see a flag on the field. The umpire and the referee are going to have a brief discussion.
Equipment.
So that's going to force Embry to come off as he'll come out. So there was a timeout last play, so he's able to stay in the ball game. They fixed that equipment issue. Now reset for play, and looks like there is going to be an offsides penalty. Got him with the hard count. That'll be 5 free ones and a first down, as Coach Casaza is not happy with his defensive end. So you never want to give up those free first downs, especially on a 4th and short. But good cadence that time coming out of the timeout by the Bucs offense and Embry. So after the offsides penalty, it'll set up 1st and 10 on the 43-yard line. Ball spotted on the far hash. Belvidere moving from right to left. This one's going to be handed off, and another nice interior defensive play as that Jefferson defensive line is really making it tough for the Bucs. They have not gotten much when they've tried to run in between the tackles here tonight.
Jefferson defensive line really is creating a new line of scrimmage almost each time. So they're doing exactly what I'm sure Coach Casaza was hoping for.
In fact, it was a 1-yard loss on that play, so 2nd and 11. Inside 3 minutes here in the first quarter of action. 3 receivers off to the right. As this one's going to be a screen pass back, and the receiver could not pull that one in. Cole Charlesworth might have had some space out in front of him, but good pressure that time on the screen play, able to force that pass a little bit higher than the quarterback intended. Falls incomplete, and it brings up 3rd and 11. Those throwback screens always a little bit tricky to run, especially here at the high school level, Rick.
Yeah, especially with those big arms. Because look at the ends. I mean, you've got, Sebastian on one end that's 6'4", and LaShawn on the other that's 6'3", so makes it a little tougher. 3
receivers to the right of the formation. This one is going to be thrown out that way. Good space out in front, and I'm going to say it was near the first down marker, but we do have a marker down at the 36-yard line. I see Bracio's clapping, so I think this one is going to go against the Belvidere Bucs. That wipes out a big gainer, as that'll set back the Bucs. Now it's going to be 3rd and very long once again. And those are the types of plays that really kill you. You're looking for your first win of the season. You had a good gain on 3rd and long. You picked up a 4th down, but now a penalty wipes that out. You've got to get those yards right back here if you're the Bucs. Spot this one at the 46, so it'll be 3rd and 13, as we're going to have a timeout for Belvidere, as they'll want to talk things over.
Kind of what we expected, so far. I mean, both teams are out there scrambling, running around pretty hard. When I watched Belvidere a few weeks ago against East High, I was impressed by their team speed. Obviously, East, had the better athletes and the more speed, but their team speed is not too bad.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us here on this Friday evening. It's the Jefferson Jayhawks versus the Belvidere Bucs. Trevor Larson and Rick Schmitz on the call with you tonight for this homecoming game here at Wythe Stadium. This cool October evening, a little bit warmer than we're used to, but the weather has cooled down very nicely. It's a great day to play football out here in the Rockford area.
Did we mention that I am an alumnus of Jefferson, like 51 years ago?
Well, you got me beat. I was 13, class of 13 myself, so. All right, 3rd down and long here for Belvidere. Man in motion is Monto.
Screen back,
and this
screen
is
back.
going to be a throwback. They've got a man out there, and that
Nice
is a
job.
great play following the quarterback on the league.
Who's number 5?
Fantastic tackle that time by Jace Schock, as he read that one all the way. Wasn't fooled a bit, and this will bring up 4th and long. Belvidere is going to be forced to punt this ball away. And really a great read that time. He saw the quarterback leaking out on that trick play. I think they might have had that one drawn up in the playbook.
I'm pretty sure Coach was talking about that in the huddle.
But just a great play to stop that one from really doing anything. As Schock able to make that 3rd down stop.
That should be a flag.
As we got a punt, and this one's going to hit the turf around the 15, rolling, and it is going to be into the end zone for a touchback. No marker down. It did look, oh, yes, they did. Tough to see up here from our position near the yellow circle that inscribes the RPS 205 logo. So it's going to be a holding penalty. Let's see what the Jefferson coaching staff wants to do. They will decline it. So Jefferson's going to take over following the penalty. So, Coach, a good drive last time out here for the Jayhawks. They marched down. Of course, they had a short field, so this one a little bit longer. But a crucial 4th down conversion down at the 2. They were able to punch it in. But a couple of big plays, including a few nice runs by LaShawn Gathright on that first drive.
And I think we're going to see the same thing over and over till they stop it.
1st down and 20 from the 20-yard line. 2 receivers out to the right. Tight end off to the left side of the formation now comes in motion.
Oh.
So it's going to be a handoff, and good space once again for Gathright, as he's going to get the 30 and a couple of more. Keeps those legs driving, and he's going to get all the way out to the 33. Another 1st down run for LaShawn Gathright. He's already had a number of those here in the first quarter. Of course, Gathright, a talented 2-sport athlete. Saw him a few times on the basketball court and using that athleticism out of the backfield here this evening. Jayhawks coming out in that same formation. 2 receivers off to the left, tight end lining up on the right side. Gathright in formation, and this one's going to be another handoff, head of steam. Keeps the legs moving, and a nice run again on first down as he picks up 7. And once again, Rick, looks like the Jefferson Jayhawks just really controlling the line of scrimmage.
Their offensive line is really coming off really, really well. And what do we got? We got first quarter over. So they are securing the line of scrimmage, and they also are creating the new line of scrimmage.
Exactly how the Jayhawks wanted to start here tonight, as we'll take a break and we'll be back with you for second quarter action. You're watching Jefferson TV as the Jayhawks lead the Bucs 6-0 as we get set for the second quarter. And welcome back here on Jefferson TV, getting set for the second quarter. Trevor Larson alongside Rick Schmitz on tonight's call. Jefferson set up with a 2nd and 3 here, ball on the 41-yard line. They'll go right to left here in this second quarter. Another good handoff this time and out to the line of scrimmage, and he keeps going. He was stopped at the line, the first down marker, and then just kept going, got a few extra yards. Just around midfield. Ball's going to be spotted at the 49-yard line. But another good run that time by LaShawn Gathright. And once again, the offensive line just really having their way here on offense for the Jayhawks tonight. Jayhawks moving quickly. Bracious getting the call from the sideline. Jefferson does that quite often. They stay out in formation, get the calls, and check at the line with the quarterback. Here is going to be play action. Bracious going to go down the field, and that one was tipped, and it looks like it's going to be intercepted at the 45-yard line as Belvidere is going to take over. That's just what they needed, as couldn't quite tell if the tip affected that one or not, but the umpire did signal that it was tipped at the line of scrimmage, as a turnover here by the Bucs has them set up at the 45-yard line. And really the first mistake of the evening for the Jayhawks, as Belvidere has new life on offense. Embry set up as it's going to be a quarterback power, and he is blown up at the line of scrimmage, and that one is taken away.
Jefferson ball.
A big-time hit as Embry just got jarred loose. That ball came out on the initial contact, and a play after an interception. The Jayhawks take over their second fumble recovery of the evening. Just like that, they're back out on offense.
I think that was Keith Tillis. I think that just grabbed the ball right from the quarterback.
Really the first time we saw quarterback power, and the Jayhawks were ready for it. Call that one a hit stick in Madden. So a nice turnover here by the Jayhawks, their second of the evening. Bracious in the pistol formation, and just nothing but space for Gathright. He's still going out across the 30-yard line, and he'll drive another first down for this rushing offense, as they have picked up a number of them here so far. And, Coach, we saw him throw an interception last time out. We know that, you can't run the ball every play, but the way this offensive line is working, hey, you might be looking at ditching the pass already.
Right now they are imposing their will. The right side of the offensive line for Jefferson is they're just outstanding right now. And you've got the H-back that's helping out, Blake Adrian. So that's some big beef there.
Here's a snap to Bracious. Once again, turnaround and handoff, and 2 yards before he was hit. This time the linebackers for the Bucs able to come up on that second level and stop him there. I'm trying to think Rick, that I think that's the first run of less than 5 yards that the Jayhawks have had since maybe the second or third play of the first quarter.
Trevor, I think you're right.
So really just a great rushing attack so far here through the first quarter and into the second, as the Jayhawks will be set up 2nd and 8, ball on the 27-yard line. Excuse me, the 26-yard line here for the Jayhawks. 4 receivers set, 2 on either side. This one's going to be a screen pass out wide. Nice. Good space there, and a nice pitch and catch on that 2nd down. And this will be 3rd and very manageable for the Jayhawks as they're knocking on the door just a yard away from the red zone.
Pass completed by quarterback number 18, Sebastian Bracious, to 21, Michael Townsend.
Townsend on the reception, so 3rd and now 4. Ball on the 21.5-yard line here for the Jayhawks. 4 receivers set once again. This one's going to be turned and handed off and out to the first down marker. They'll pick up another one on 3rd down that time. So they're able to get 4. They needed 3. And it'll be another 1st down and 10 as the Jayhawks move once again into the red zone. So they try to put up their 2nd touchdown of the evening. This time Lockett on the carry. It's like Lockett will stay out there behind Bracious. Here's
nice.
Snap, and a nice play by the interior of the Belvidere defensive line. Cole Charlesworth had the penetration up front, playing the nose guard position here this evening, as that run only able to get about a yard on the 1st down carry. So it'll be 2nd and now 8 here on the 15-yard line.
Good for gaining 2 yards, bringing up 2nd down and 8 for Jefferson.
Ball on the right hash. Here's Bracious looking out to the right, and he's got his man. A nice grab over near the sideline as he picks up 7 yards on that reception. Out wide that time. We'll get a number for you in just a moment. Looks like that's Michael Townsend.
It is.
As he's able to pick up 7 yards on that 2nd down reception. And 3rd and 1 upcoming here for the Jayhawks. Sure, with the way that they've controlled the offensive line of scrimmage, it's going to be a 4th down territory once again for the Jefferson offense. They don't pick it up right here. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the bottom of the formation. That pistol formation once again. Adrian in motion. This one's going to be handed off to Gathright, and he's going to be thrown back around the line of scrimmage as a good play by the interior of the Belvidere defensive line once again, as they'll set him up with 4th and 1. Looks like the Jayhawks will keep the offense out there as Devin Williamson checks in.
The Hawks stop short of the line of gain. Brings up 4th down and 2.
4th down and 2. Like 4th down and 1.5 here. They need to get to the 6-yard line for a 1st down. Here's Bracious. This one is going to be passed off to the back of the end zone and overshot his man, as looks like he had a receiver in the near corner, as Williamson might have gotten open. Instead, Bracious went for the touchdown, but just overshot his receiver by about a foot, as that'll fall incomplete, and it'll be a turnover on downs here for the Jayhawks.
Good time to take a shot. Good time to take that shot. It was open, just a little bit high. Good throw, just a little high.
So now here, if you're the Jefferson defense, your defensive line has played really well tonight. Might be another factor in why they decided to go for it, as they're going to want to put some pressure on here as they try to stop them. Here is Belvidere out on offense. Embry in formation. He's going to hand it off, and not a lot doing once again. And so you've talked about it a couple times, Rick, and we've seen it so far. Just really nothing for the Bucs whenever they try to run off tackle, as both defensive ends are doing a fantastic job here for the Jayhawks tonight.
Yep. That is a swarm going on out there.
Belvidere getting the play in from the sideline. Again, going with that traditional huddle. Have not seen them go to that no huddle look yet. And we don't expect them to here this evening. Looks like everybody's going to be in tight here for the Bucs. Ball spotted on the far hash. Just the one receiver out to the right of the formation. Here's Embry. This one is going to be handed off again.
Wow.
And another fantastic play by this Jefferson Jayhawk defensive line as they're able to get him for a couple-yard loss, as that one is going to be spotted at the 6-yard line. It'll be 3rd and now 12. Just another 3rd and very long here for the Buck offense.
It's another big play by Keith.
It's been a group effort up front here for the Jayhawks as multiple guys have gotten involved in this excellent run defense here to the first quarter and a half of action. Here are the Bucs, 3rd and long. Embry back in shotgun formation, 3 receivers off to the left. He's looking off to the right. Taborn has some space, and he is going to get around the first down marker, and I think they're going to mark him 1 yard past. So maybe a little bit of a mix-up that time as the cornerback for the Jayhawks just kind of peeled off. Good play call that time as Taborn able to snag that one and get just enough to pick up that first down on the 3rd and long.
That proves his shades good for a Belvidere first down.
So after the 3rd down and 12 pickup, 13 yards, Belvidere picks up that first down. Ball moves from the left hash over to the right hash. Inside 5 minutes in this second quarter.
I think we're going to see more of this.
As Belvidere is going to call a timeout.
You know, you haven't had success running the ball, so, you know, let's get it up in the air a little bit. And like you said, there's under 5 minutes to go.
And for Jefferson, though, you know, you've really liked the way you've started. They could not punch it in on that last offensive drive, but I think with the way that the coaching staff has played this game out, they're going to continue to be aggressive. I know they would love to have a 2-score lead, but you do get the ball back at halftime because, remember, Jefferson did defer, so they'll receive in the second half. But if you're the Jayhawks defense, you know, you'd love to get a couple of quick stops here, get a turnover on downs, maybe another turnover. They have 2 so far on the evening. Going into halftime with a 2-score lead would be a great opportunity for the Jayhawks to really control this game, as they've got to regroup now after allowing that first down on the 3rd and long.
It's okay to bend a little bit here, so no movements on double movements and things like that.
Here's Embry. They're going to go to the passing game once again. That one over the head of the receiver. Some space was there for Villarreal, but just wasn't able to come down on target that time as he floated that one a couple of feet too high. As it falls incomplete, it brings up 2nd and 10.
You know, one thing I'm looking at the Jefferson coaches and stuff, and on both sides of the ball, they're doing a really good job of getting people in and out, you know, for a little rest here and there. That will pay dividends in the second half.
And 2nd and 10 following the incompletion. Embry stays out there. Once again, Belvidere going with trips off to the left. One man on the right of the formation. Here is Embry looking to the air once again. A throwback wide receiver screen space out there. Trying to cut it back and across the 30-yard line. A nice play through the air that time for the Bucs as they'll pick up another first down here on this drive.
That was pretty open. The flats are pretty open. They're going to have to do something. They're going to have to get somebody into that area a little quicker.
Looks like they are giving them some space out there so far. We'll see if the coaching staff wants to make any adjustments. Same formation here for the Bucs. 3 receivers off to the left. Embry back, and this one is going to be a handoff up the middle. And a tackle broken that time. A nice run by Nick Alvarez. So he was able to spin out of the arm tackle. Looks like Miles Lockett might have had him for a second. but Alvarez able to get a couple of extra yards following the initial contact. He picks up 7 on that first down run, brings up 2nd and 3.
Gain of 7 on the play, brings up 2nd down and 3 for Belvidere.
Bucs moving the ball here on this drive. Picked up a couple of first downs. 2nd and short here for Belvidere. 2 receivers either side. Quarterback power once again, and nothing doing on that play, as both times in this quarter the Bucs have run that quarterback power. It has gone nowhere. Won a turnover, this time a half yard, maybe a yard gain, as it'll bring up 3rd and short.
You got a linebacker out there by the name of Carmelo Lorano. He's probably all of about 5'7", maybe 5'8", and about 140 maybe. Doing just a great job, hitting out there and getting to the ball.
Well, 3rd and short. And once again, there is going to be an offsides penalty on a 3rd down, as the Jayhawks give up a free 5 yards and a first down, as they'll take a timeout to talk over some things. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Jefferson TV. And we're back live here on Jefferson TV following the timeout by the Jayhawks. They lead at 6-0 here towards the tail end of the second quarter. Belvidere drive, and they picked up a first down. This one's going to be another screen pass out wide.
Come on.
And Tanboard has some space. He gets near the sideline, and he'll be dropped down around the 46-yard line. Not quite enough for a first down, but he gets 9 yards on that first down reception, as it'll be 2nd and now 1. A couple nice passing plays here on this drive here for the Bucs. 2nd and 1, ball on the 46-yard line. Trips right here for the Bucs. Here's a snap. Embry has this one,
nice
and he is
play.
going to hand it off. Going nowhere is Alvarez. Shot out to the left side that time, but Miles Lockett able to snag him and drop him for a loss. It'll bring up 3rd and 2. Inside 2 minutes here in the second quarter. Belvidere trying to knot it up before halftime. Again, the Jayhawks will get the ball back at the start of the second half. Bucs come out with 4 wide set, 2 receivers either side of the formation. Here's a run once again up the middle, and they're going to say he is right around the first down marker. It looks like the near side judge is going to say he's about a half yard shy. So
depends what foot they put down.
Yeah, they're going to say 4th down, so 4th and short here for the Bucs. About a half yard to go. They got to go right into the teeth of this Jefferson defense, or they could play it risky and try to pick this one up through the air. They get the play call in from the sideline as the clock is moving now around inside of 1 minute. Belvidere's coming out with 4 receivers in their set once again. 2 on either side. Embry back in formation. And this one is going to be a penalty. Looks like it's going to be a false start. Looks like the right tackle, maybe the tight end, might have moved. Ethan Peterson looks like he flinched that time. as the Bucs were trying to get another free first down. It's like that timeout last time the Jayhawks took, they really drilled it into them, saying, hey, guys, we can't jump. We can't give many more free first downs here in this one, as the Bucs going to be backed up an extra 5 yards.
I think they're going to run the clock down and then go ahead and throw one up there and leave Jefferson with no time left.
And clock inside 20 seconds, we'll see. And yes, indeed, the Bucs will take a timeout. So we'll see if they want to go for it, Coach. Now, it's kind of a risky proposition if you try to go down towards the end zone. You know, there's 18 seconds left. So if you don't get it or you don't get a penalty, you then give the Jayhawks an opportunity to do the same thing on the other side.
Right.
So we'll see if the Belvidere Bucs instead bring out their special teams unit, because if you can pin the Jayhawks inside even the 30-yard line, I think the Jayhawks would be happy enough going into halftime knowing that they'll get the ball back at the start of the second half. Overall,
yeah, kind of a flip of the coin right now. You know, which way you want to go. You want to be safe or sorry?
Overall, however, I think a good first half of football here for the Jayhawks. You know, they were not able to pick up that touchdown as the Bucs defense came up big, but they're leading 6-0 so far. Their offense has worked well.
I'm hoping after halftime, you know, they keep up that physicality and they just continue to wear them down. Impose their will. No.
Looks like Belvidere is going to come out on offense. They've got 3 receivers out to the right. Embry's back in the pistol formation.
Don't leave that one.
Pump fake, and now down the middle. The ball is floating, intercepted by Love. Love on the run back. He goes out wide, and he will go out of bounds. And now Jefferson has an opportunity following the interception, as the Jayhawks will be set up at the 42-yard line. They've got 1 timeout left, so they might have a shot to pick up a couple yards and then maybe throw one up here at the end of the first half. We'll see what the Jayhawks do here. Again, 7.5 seconds left to go. They do have 1 timeout left.
Yeah, I want to see what Belvidere's defensive alignment's going to be here. Looks like they're dropping back about at least a good 20. See what they do with their linebackers. And
plenty of time, you know, maybe you want to run a quick power play, get down a couple more yards, make this Hail Mary shot a little bit shorter. Instead, they'll drop back. Bracia's going to go out wide.
He's got him. He's got him.
And a nice catch over there on the sideline. It's Love. He just had the interception. Now a nice reception towards the near sideline. And this one is a very makeable play here for the Jayhawks, as they'll spot this one at the 30. And looks like the Jayhawks coaching staff is going to talk over what they want to do. Looks like it might be outside of field goal range, so they're going to want to try and throw one up here. Hail Mary plays, you never know what might happen.
You never know. You never know.
And for the Jayhawks, a nice little momentum swing here. You know, even if they don't score, you know, getting that turnover, even if you were going to get a turnover on downs, it's always nice to have that in the back of your head. Say, hey, guys, that's 3 in the first half already. You know, that's when you really start to get in the head of that quarterback, those running backs, you know. Ball security, obviously, one of the big reasons why teams win or lose games, and the fact you've turned over your opponent already 3 times here in this first half, you've got to be feeling great about that.
And what you're talking about is you're going to end up, you know, leaving the, you know, field first half with a little momentum, which is huge, huge.
So one final play, barring a defensive penalty here for the Bucs. They'll have 3 receivers out to the right. Belvidere dropping back everybody towards the goal line. Bracius is going to chuck this one up. Got a couple receivers down there, and that one falls incomplete. Some contact in the end zone. Nothing egregious. Didn't look like pass interference from our position up here.
No, they were in great position. Just didn't come up with it.
So after 1 half of play, it is Jefferson on top of Belvidere, 6-0. 3 turnovers by the Jayhawks defense. A goal line stand in that second quarter for the Bucs. But overall, you know, Coach, if you're head coach Cody Casaza, you've got to be impressed with what your guys have done so far, as you're looking like you might be on track to pick up your first victory of the season.
Neither one of these teams look like a 0-6 team. They're playing hard, with the exception of a fumble here, interception here, and a couple of those were tipped, or just the ball was taken away. So it's not that they're just giving it to them. The other team is basically earning it. So good first half played by both teams, and looking forward to the second half.
So we'll take a quick break for the halftime festivities. Again, after one, it is Jefferson 6, Belvidere nothing. You're watching the Jayhawks and Bucks right here on Jefferson TV. And welcome back to Jefferson TV. We're getting set for second half action. Got some scores for you around the NIC-10 in tonight's game. Belvidere North on top of Auburn 21-0. Onanigan boiling in a close one. Indians up 8, 28-20. Harlem 14, East 7. And Guilford's on top of Freeport by a score of 14-0. Of course, a lot of critical games in action tonight as we see the standings. Looks like the top 4 going to be in the playoffs, but at 5 through 7 spot, it's going to be real interesting to see who can get to that 5-win threshold and get into the postseason this season. So again, getting set for second half action as the Jayhawks will receive. Again, they won the opening coin toss deferred. So, Coach, I'm sure the Jayhawks really want to get out and get going here on this first drive of the game. They had 2 successful drives. One of them ended in a touchdown. One of them, they got stopped inside the 10-yard line by the Bucs. But if they can keep that run game up and control the clock, control the ball game as they have done, they go down, score right here, I think they're going to be set up great going into this second half of action.
Trevor, it's exactly what we talked about before the game even started. What adjustments? Who's going to make them? Where are they going to be? This is what's fun. Coming out second half, seeing who changes what. And the thing about Jefferson, the great thing that they've got, no matter what happens with them, with their quarterback, they always have a chance.
Opening kickoff is going to be fair caught around the 37-yard line. So good field position to start out on offense here for the Jayhawks. And Rick, we saw it again, just talked about it a second ago, but we're expecting a lot of run here for the Jayhawks behind their exceptional running back and LaShawn Gathright, who had a really tremendous first half.
And I think he's really going to need, to keep that tempo up this second half. They've got to basically just keep the ball in their hands.
Ball on the near hash. Jefferson moving right to left from our perspective. Here is the first snap of the second half. Some space out wide for Gathright. Now he's going to be hung up around the 41-yard line. So he tried to cut that one back. Couldn't find the hole. As he'll pick up 3 yards in that first down carry.
We talked about this all the time. Coach Free and I talk about hit the tunnel, hit the tunnel, hit the tunnel. He missed the tunnel right there. He could have had the double yardage, but He'll get back to that.
Still 3-yard gain, setting up 2nd and 7. Very manageable situation as the ball is on the 41-yard line. Again, good field position to start off this opening half drive for the Jayhawks. Bracious in the pistol. We're going to have another run, and Gathright looking for some space as he got kind of caught up on his offensive lineman. Able to make a little bit out of it as he picks up 4.5 yards. It'll set up 3rd and 1.5 here for the Jayhawks.
Well, their line basically is doing the same thing that they did, the first half. LaShawn's got to trust those guys, and he's got to run up there behind them.
Gathright stays in at running back here for the Jayhawks as Jefferson comes out in that same formation. 2 receivers to the bottom, 2 tight ends in formation. Here's a snap for Bracious looking out wide. This one's going to be caught by Love. Love picks up the first down and more as he'll be across midfield.
Good job.
As a nice throw out towards the hash as we've got a man down for the Jayhawks. Getting up slowly is number 50. That's Keith Tellis. As staying in there for the moment, but looks like he maybe got rolled up on that play.
I think he's good.
A little bit of a hitch in his giddy up, so to speak, but he's going to stay out there on offense, perhaps just the stinger. So again, a first down by the Jayhawks. They're across midfield now into Belvidere territory. They'll come out with 3 receivers, 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. Bracious in formation, Gathright behind him. Another handoff and a big push up front. Gathright still going. A nice gain that time on first down as he gets 8 yards. And once again, Coach, I don't think he was hit before he got 4, maybe even 5 yards. This line is really doing work up front.
Yes. It's pretty easy to run behind the offensive line that's creating another, line of scrimmage.
So we all know that first contact is key. You get those 4 yards beyond the line of scrimmage, and those 4 yards running. It's really tough to stop them when you're going downhill, as they have been. Bracious in formation. They're going to keep with it. Another big gain for Gathright as he just gets out to the 30-yard line. And again, a massive hole up front. And this running attack here to start off this second half has looked tremendous.
A lot of people don't really see this, but number 55, and I believe that is Sam Brown, he was 10 yards downfield, pancaking a safety. That's just great effort.
Another great run here to start off the second half by LaShawn Gathright as the Jayhawks are deep inside Belvidere territory. Ball spotted at 30. They're going to keep with it up the middle once again. This time a nice run. That was Michael Lockett Jr. who checked in.
Jefferson, 22, Miles
as he'll pick up 3 yards on that first down run. 2nd and 7 upcoming. Jefferson working their way down the field. They've been methodical. Have kept the ball on the ground for all but one play here on this opening half drive. They will once again come out in a heavier set, 2 tight ends. Here's the turn and the handoff once again. Nice play, but able to keep his feet is Townsend as he's able to fall forward and he gets out to the 22-yard line. But almost running horizontally that time for those a couple extra yards. You love to see that if you're the head coach.
They ran a little pin and pull there, and without that shoe sticking to the ground, it would have been more than a first down.
That'll be 3rd and short here for the Jayhawks. Staying in that same formation. Another throw out wide in some space is Townsend, and he's going to get all the way down inside the 10-yard line. Second time they've ran that little quick bubble out to the left. Townsend a little bit slow to get up, but he pops back to his feet. And another nice pickup on 3rd down through the air for the Jayhawks as they're inside the red zone. Townsend coming off. And he got up a touch slow. I'm sure he'll check back in here in just a moment as he just needs to take a breather.
Belvidere's moving from a 5-man front, 3-man front, 4-man front, anything that they think can work, and bringing linebackers in different areas. So they're doing a good job of trying to do, something to stop this run game, but not happening.
A timeout here by the Jayhawks. And so far on this drive, Rick, we've seen run, but 2 first downs on 3rd and short, both through the air. That little bubble screen action, they've really called that out at the right opportunity, and it has worked twice so far here on this drive.
And now I would think they're going to run that ball unless they absolutely have to throw, but you know what? Could be wrong.
That, of course, is the threat whenever you're having this much success on the ground. Your outside defenders, they might be playing a little bit on the back foot, not quite expecting the pass play to come through. Now, especially when you're seeing your guys up front get bullied, for 5, 6, 7 yards a pop. So just knowing when to call those plays has really had some success here on this drive as the Jayhawks try to punch it in for their second score of the night.
Trevor, let's just talk about ball security right now.
So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Everybody in tight on the left side of the field for both squads. Bracious, he's going to have the quarterback power, big space up the middle, keeps his feet, keeps driving, and another touchdown for the Jayhawks. Sebastian Bracious shoved off the tackler, kept it going as he punches it in for the 2nd score of the night as the Jayhawks go out ahead 12-0 as they try to extend their lead here with a 2-point conversion.
Trevor, I thought I saw the Red Sea open.
And again, we talked about that, Rick, on a couple of those runs. If you can get that head of steam for, 4 or 5 yards before you hit that first contact, that really gives you leverage on those running plays, allows you to get those couple extra yards after contact, as we saw right there. Here's going to be a turn and a run, and Gathride's going to get in for the 2-point conversion as the Jayhawks go up 14-0. About halfway through the third quarter.
Now think of those two guys. One's 6'4", 220. The other one's about 6'2", 6'3", maybe 2 1/4. So, I mean, those are big kids for high school, and they move very well.
A touchdown run by Sebastian Bracius, 9 yards on that one. And the 2-point conversion by LaShawn Gathright. Two guys that we've called their names quite a bit here this evening. As the Jayhawks go down, they score on the opening drive of the third quarter as they now lead it over the over the Bucs, 14-0. Now Belvidere going to start off their first drive of the second half. Not a whole lot of success to speak of in that first half. They were shut out. They had a nice little drive going before the end of the first half, but stalled out towards midfield. So we'll see if this Buck offense can do anything.
Get up there.
As that one's going to hit the turf, rolling, and just into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback. And a bit of a risky play that time by the return man, but it pays off as the Bucs will start this one at the 20-yard line.
Let's keep our same philosophy as we go into the second half and win first down and get off the field third down. We'll be good.
So again, ball spotted on the 20-yard line following the touchback. We'll see this Belvidere Buck offense come out and try to do some work here in the second half as they try to stay in this ball game. Here's Embry in formation, man in motion, and a handoff on the sweep as Monto still up as he's going to get out to the 23-yard line. As looks like Michael Townsend is going to be up a little bit slow that time as he was in on the tackle.
Yeah, so was Carmelo, number 9. Made a good play of keeping that inside.
3-yard carry that time by the Bucs. So he had to run about 25, 30 yards to pick up those 3 yards as that one was very horizontal. There's now 2nd and 7 as this one's going to be handed off up the middle and just swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. A couple guys in that time on the tackle. As once again the interior defensive line for the Jayhawks really playing well this evening. Halfway through the third quarter, the Jayhawks lead 14-0 here on homecoming night. 1 touchdown in each of the first 2 halves. Jayhawks went down and scored on the first opening drive of the third quarter. Here is a throw out to the left side of the field, and he's going to pick up 4 yards. So good attack to the ball that time. They let him catch the ball in space, but they hung him up about 3 yards shy of the first down marker. And we'll see if Sean Donnelly and this Belvidere coaching staff is going to be aggressive, because it looks like their offense might be staying out there. Critical juncture in this one.
See where the quarterback lines up. He might just do a quick kick there.
Embry in shotgun. Looks like they're going to try to get the defense off sides. They recheck. And a hard count.
You gotta be kidding me.
And for the third time this evening, there is going to be a first down given up by the Jayhawks defense on an offside penalty. That time they got number 56, Alvin Puckett. And that'll be a first down here for the Bucs.
First down over here.
After the penalty, first down and 10, ball on the 33-yard line here for Belvidere. Handoff wide is going to go to number 18, Nick Alvarez. And the tackle made on the far side
by Miles Lockett.
He's a touch slow to get up. It pops to his feet. Do have a score update here as we're getting a correction on the Boylan and Hononegah game. The actual score is 7-0 right now in favor of Hononegah, not 28-20 as we mentioned at halftime. Here's going to be another run out to the left side off tackle, and again the wide side defender on the defensive line just really shutting that down. Well, no gain that time.
What they're allowing is Sebastian Bracius is playing that defensive end, and he's coming upfield like gangbusters, and that inside linebacker is coming right off tackle, and that's where he's making that tackle. Good scheme.
3rd and 9 here for the Bucs. They've got to get the ball out to the 43. Embry in the shotgun formation. Another bubble screen out wide. Two defenders coming up. And a nice move that time by number 6, Demetrius Taborn, as he gets enough yardage for the first down. He needed the 43. He made the 44. So another 3rd down conversion here by Belvidere, using that little bubble screen action to the near side of the field.
Well, Trevor, we're winning the first downs. We're just not being able to get off the field on 3rd down.
Following the first down pickup, ball is at the 44-yard line here for the Bucs. They've moved the ball here. Started on the 20 following the touchback. They are trying to stay in this game. They'd love to go down and get a touchdown here. Embry in formation. 3 receivers off to the left for the Bucs. This one's going to be thrown out wide again, and that one over, and they're going to say that one was a forward pass. It was just on the boundary. Tough to tell from up here, but the side judge said that was going forward, but by mere inches from our perspective up here.
Well, we are Jayhawks, so that really was a fumble. Yeah, that was close. That was close.
No replay review, of course, at the NIC-10 level. So it just goes down as an incomplete pass, and 2nd and 10 upcoming here for the Bucs. Belvidere coming out in that same formation. Man in motion this time, and
nice.
Embry trying to get something doing on that little fake jet play. So he tried to go through the middle of the field, and there's just nothing there.
Fumbled. I mean, he bobbled.
Able to hang on to that one after a little bit of a bobble that time. I couldn't quite see it, but you caught that one. Luckily for the Belvidere Bucs, they were able to hang on to this one. And now another 3rd down here. We've seen the Jayhawks give this one up a couple times. Let's see if they pin their ears back right here.
Don't give that inside guy that much.
And we're going to have a false start. Looks like number 11, Antonio Villarreal, got started just a touch too soon. So that'll back him up another 5 yards. A quick score update here. Guilford on top of Freeport, 22-0 at halftime. Harlem over East, 21-7 in the 2nd quarter. Hano over Boylan, 7-0, and Belvidere North, 35. Auburn, 0. So 3rd and 15 upcoming, 3rd and 16 correction. Let's see what the Jayhawks do. Here is going to be a slant play and broken up, and was it intercepted? No, they're going to say it hit the turf. Almost picked off that time, but it'll force a punt. So a great play attacking the ball on that little slant route that time. Broke up the pass, almost led to a turnover, but 4th and 16 here. Looks like the Bucs are going to be forced to punt this ball away. Almost 2 turnovers on this drive by the Jefferson Jayhawk defense. As here is the kick. This one coming towards the near sideline. Nice play over there by the coach. As that one goes out of bounds. And it'll be good field position here for the Jayhawks. So
Coach Pokey always had good hands.
They'll spot this one. Waiting for the official spot. They're going to say it's going to be at the 28-yard line. So good drive last time out for the Jayhawks. Of course, they went down, they scored, took about 5.5 minutes. I'm sure they'd love to do nothing more than to repeat what they did last time out.
You know, they've done a great job taking time off the clock all night. Really helpful. It'll be really helpful in the fourth quarter.
I don't think that they had any incomplete passes on the last drive. We'll see what they do here on their second drive of the half. Another handoff, this time going off tackle to the right. A 3-yard gain that time. Gathright with the carry once again. And, Coach, we're not keeping stats up here tonight, but he's surely got to be over 100 yards here tonight. He's had a great game running the ball.
I'm actually waiting for him to break off a big one here, you know.
In tight are the trips, and this one's going to be handed off to Gathright. Gathwright's got some space to the outside, just as you were saying, going down the sideline, a couple Bucks chasing him down, and he's going to get all the way down to the 20. As you said it, a big run that time for LaShawn Gathright as he breaks off a 50-burger as he is all the way down to the 20-yard line.
Well, let's see, what do we want now?
So a nice big run that time by LaShawn Gathright going through. Couldn't quite get to the end zone, but Jayhawks are set up in great position to make this a 3-score ball game. Just like Town said, that is Lockett's going to check in for Gathright. This one is going to be handed off, and not a lot doing that time. Couple Bucks in on the tackle. Maybe one more play here before the end of the third quarter as we are inside 1 minute left to play. Pretty brisk game here tonight. Both teams really keeping the ball on the ground. Not a lot of incomplete passes. As this will likely be the last play of the third quarter. Jayhawks coming out with 2 receivers off to the left, 2 tight ends to the right. Lockett's going to stay in at tailback. Here's quarterback power for Bracious. And he might have been tripped up by the nose guard that time. Looks like he might have had some space.
I was going to say, did you guys see that hole? Holy smokes.
Looks like Emmanuel Pisano Onofre had the tackle that time for the Bucks. As that'll take us to the end of the third quarter after 3. Jefferson 14. Belvidere nothing. Jefferson driving. We'll be right back after this to take you to the conclusion of this one. You're watching Jefferson TV. And welcome back here to Wyeth Stadium, where the Jefferson Jayhawks currently lead the Belvidere Bucs by a score of 14-0. Rick Schmitz and Trevor Larson on the call here tonight for Jefferson TV, as the Jayhawks looking to make this a 3-score ball game. Going to come out 3 receivers, and now they'll check at the line. Number 4, Dante Love moving off. As this one's going to be fumbled, and Bracious trying to pick it up, but it looks like it's going to be a turnover as Belvidere hops on that one. Noe Mendez able to scoop it up off the turf. Not sure if that was a miscommunication between quarterback and running back that time. Almost looked like Bracious just kind of dropped that one, as a lucky break for the Bucs has them set up on offense, and that just might about keep them in the game, as Jefferson was really having something going on that drive.
I know back in the old days, we'd just fall on it.
A fumble and a recovery by Belvidere as they'll come back out on offense. Ball at the 19-yard line here for the Bucs. They have 3 receivers in formation off to the left. Embry in formation in shotgun. Takes a snap.
Oh,
looking
boy.
through the air, pressure on him, and
Yes.
that one's going to be intercepted. Number 22, Miles Lockett, heading to the corner, and he is going to be almost in the touchdown. He's going to be dropped at the 1. But an interception by Miles Lockett Jr., and just like that, it's a turnover for the Jayhawks as they're set up on the 1-yard line as they'll try to punch it in.
I'll tell you what, Trevor, that was all set up by Sebastian. I mean, all 6'4" of them was in the quarterback's face.
And for the second time tonight, the Jayhawks give it over, and then the very next play, they take it away.
Yeah.
So how about that? As this one sets up the Jayhawks' first and goal from the 1-yard line as they try to punch this one in to make it a 3-score contest. It's like Jayhawks will keep everything in tight. Got bunch off to the right, stacked up. This one's going to be handed off to Gathright. Gathright trying to keep his feet, but nice play that time on the perimeter. Nick Alvarez in on the tackle for Belvidere.
23 was Sean Gathright. Loss of 2 yards on the play brings up 2nd and 3.
So 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line here for the Jayhawks. They're not eager to go quickly. I like to take a little bit of time off the clock here, but trying to punch this one in to make it a 3-score game. Gracious getting the call in from the sideline. It's been a lot of run here in the second half for the Jayhawks. Gathright in the backfield alongside Bracious. Here's the snap. It's going to be a swing pass off to the left, and another nice play that time. Dominic Alvarado read that one off the snap as he was able to drive the receiver back a couple of yards, as that'll be another loss of yardage, and it'll be 3rd and goal, and we got a player down. Be a timeout. We'll take a quick break as they sort that one out. So we're back here live at Wyeth Stadium where the Jayhawks are leading 14-0, 3rd and goal upcoming. Rick, we were talking about what the Belvidere Bucs are doing. You're seeing something where the Jayhawks might be able to take advantage of some numbers on the wide side of the field.
Well, obviously, you know, with 11 people on defense, I'm pretty sure 9 of them are coming towards the line of scrimmage. So now we're in more of a 2-by-2. So we've just spread the defense out. So hopefully we have some type of a running lane in there.
Here is a pass off to the left. Might have been tipped at the line by the defender, Nick Alvarez. Got his hands in the face of Sebastian Bracious as that one falls incomplete, as it'll be 4th and goal. And we'll see if the Jayhawks want to go for 6 here. Looks like they might keep their offense out. It does look like they're going to bring the special teams unit out to try and tack on 3 points. So again, you want to make this a 3-score ball game here in the 4th quarter. 10.5 minutes left to play in this one.
Well, I saw Townsend coming back in, so I think they're going.
All right, so they will go for the touchdown instead. Bracious, 4th and goal, ball on the 5-yard line. This one is going to be rolling out to the right, pass off there, and it is going to be caught for a touchdown right at the goal line as Bracious finds his man And another touchdown here for the Jayhawks. Blake Adrian is able to snag that one through contact, and the Jayhawks go up by 3 scores.
Sorry, I got a little excited.
It was a great play. You know, he really put that one into the right spot. Adrian able to catch that one with his man draped on him. And the key there that time, Rick, he got into the end zone so that when he got contacted, the ball was across the goal line, and the side judge called that one a touchdown.
Yep. And good pass pro, real good pass pro.
Here's the 2-point try, and Gathright looks like he's going to come up about a few inches short. So it'll remain 22-0. But 3 touchdowns here in this one as the Jayhawks are well on their way to winning this one. They've got a little bit of work to do here in the 4th quarter, but the 3rd touchdown of the game for the Jayhawks, they hold a 20-0 lead over the Bucs.
Well, I'll go out on a limb and say that we played really, really good defense tonight. So let's keep that up for the next 10 minutes or so. We'll be good.
That one, of course, set up by the interception. Couldn't quite get the pick 6, but they got the touchdown out of it, and that's all that matters. Again, a touchdown pass, Sebastian Bracius to Blake Adrian, as the Jayhawks lead it by a score of 20-0, as they'll send this one away downfield. Another good, strong kickoff. Ball fielded around the 15-yard line.
Squeeze.
Good kick return here by Villarreal as he's able to get out to the 43-yard line. So a nice return by Villarreal will set up the Bucs. And speaking of Antonio Villarreal, Rick, you know, we called his name a few times in that first quarter. Looked like he was going to be a big factor in this one, but the Jayhawks really looks like they keyed in on him as he has not had much of an impact following that first drive for the Bucs.
No, he really hasn't. He really hasn't.
Some good adjustments. Of course, the Jayhawks, as we have seen all night long, have been really playing the run well. Allowed a few plays here and there through the air, but still pitching a shutout, and I'm sure they'd like to see that one out. Here is Embry, receivers trips to the left. This one's going to be thrown out of the backfield as Villarreal is going to have this one. Almost like a little bit of a run play on that swing pass. Go down through the air, just 3 yards on that one. And at this stage in the game, you're more than willing to give those up.
You bet. You know, they've set their defense up really well tonight with Sebastian on one end and LaShawn on the other end. And those kids get upfield, they get up there so fast. That quarterback does not have a whole lot of time to take a look and see where he wants to throw the ball.
Yeah, I noticed that one too. You know, he's also had to have those swing passes just go a little bit higher than he's wanted. So
sure.
Not able to really get it in, zip it into his running back. This one's going to be thrown out wide. Another nice catch and a little bit of run that time by Taborn as he's going to pick up a few on that 2nd down reception. Be 3rd and 3. Belvidere moving across midfield. They've got to get to the 46-yard line for a first down.
I'm surprised they haven't looked at a quick strike somewhere along the line because they're only going to get another touch or 2 at best.
3rd and short here for the Bucs. They've had some success converting on 3rd down in this one. Embry with a man in motion, that's Monto. Instead, this one's going to be handed off to the running back, Nick Alvarez, and he is going to get right around to the 46-yard line. Now the near side judge is going to come in, and I think they're going to mark him about a half-yard shy. So it's going to be another 4th down here for the Bucs offense. Let's see if the Jayhawks can stop him here. Four receiver set here for the Bucs, 2 on either side. Quarterback power, and he's going to get the first down and a few more yards as he hits the 42-yard line. A nice run that time on 4th and short by Devon Embry.
Moves the chains good for a first down.
A 4th down here for the Bucs, but again, the clock still a factor.
That is one of the first times that they've created a new line of scrimmage.
As we tick in under 8 minutes here in this one. Embry in the formation, man in motion. This one's going to be handed off behind him to Alvarez. As Jefferson, Jayhawks just had a couple of guys on him right at the line of scrimmage. And we've said it a number of times here tonight, but another tackle that goes for either a loss or no yard gain.
Tell you what, the most impressive thing, and I know they've got 2 young linebackers in there, inside linebackers in there, and they've been filling those gaps really well.
2nd and 10 now for the Bucs. Ball spotted at the 42-yard line. Embry and the Bucs offense trying to put some points up to try and stay in this one. Jayhawks trying to stop them and continue this shutout. Pressure in the face of Embry. This one's going to be passed over the middle and caught by Villarreal as he's going to get to the 30-yard line. As that one is going to be a nice pickup there on the 2nd down play as the Bucs are creeping into Jefferson territory.
Well, Trevor, I can't help but admit that I'm being a clock watcher right now.
After the pickup, ball on the 30-yard line. Bucs have something going here on this offensive drive. 3 receivers to the top of the formation. Here is Embry. He's going to look that way, and that one is almost intercepted in the hands. Looks like that was the number for you. Almost intercepted that time. Just falls to the turf as Jefferson just inches away from picking up their 4th turnover of the evening. Instead, it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Second and 10 upcoming here for the for the Bucs. 3 receivers to the bottom of the formation. Jefferson with 6 men in the box. This one's going to be a sprint out to the left. Pressure in his face. Quarterback trying to direct him. A jump pass. Dangerous, floating. And that one is almost intercepted twice by the Jayhawks. But once again, falls to the turf. Laureano had his hands on it for a second. And just a dangerous throw that time by Devon Embry. And he's lucky that one wasn't picked off by 2, 3, maybe even 4 Jayhawk defenders that were in the area. So some excitement on these last 2 plays, and It's all for naught as it's just 2 incompletions and 3rd and 10. Five wide for the Bucs this time. 3 receivers to the bottom, 2 to the top.
Oh, shoot.
As this one's going to be passed off to the right side, trying to get to the 1st down, and they will get it. And it looks like that one might have been a false start just from our perspective up here. Thought the receiver on the wide side got just a little bit of a head start. No call by the side judge. Instead, it goes for an 11-yard reception and ball on the 19-yard line. 1st and 10 in the red zone for the Bucs here this time.
We got no coverage on that.
And 5 wide receivers here for the Bucs as we're going to have a stoppage. Looks like we're going to have a timeout for the Jayhawks as they might want to go over a couple of things. They might have seen that same thing where they're having some issues covering that route. As the Bucs have had some success tonight as now they are down in the red zone for the first time this evening. And alongside Rick Schmitz, Trevor Larson on the call here tonight for Jefferson TV. Jayhawks leading 20-0 here on homecoming.
We're not coming.
So far, a successful outing here on homecoming evening. Of course, you know, you're winning 20-0 here. It's getting late, about halfway through the fourth quarter. But there would be nothing more than you would love to pitch a shutout here in front of your home fans on this final home game of the season. After the timeout by the Jayhawks, it is 1st and 10 on the 19-yard line. Again, the first time in the red zone here for the Bucs. Here's a snap to Embry. He's looking downfield, ball floating, and that one is going to be caught for a touchdown. A jump ball, first touchdown of the evening for Belvidere, as Antonio Villarreal able to pull it in for 6. Yeah, nice play in traffic that time. He beat 2 defenders, high pointed the ball, goes up and puts Belvidere on the scoreboard for the first time this evening, as the Bucs will try for the extra point. Now Rick, they had good coverage on that one. Sometimes a guy just makes a play, you know. Here's the extra point, up and good.
You know, and that's what we don't talk about sometimes. You know, somebody just makes a play. You know, whether it be offense, defense, special teams, whatever. You know, they make a play that maybe a lot of people couldn't make at that point in time. So we'll see what happens with this kickoff here.
Yeah, just a good play. It's like I like to say, you know, you can make the play, but hey, they got ball players too. So after the touchdown by Antonio Villarreal, the score is now 22-7 in favor of the Jayhawks. We'll see what Belvidere wants to do. Time is winding. The clock is a factor for sure. Belvidere still has all 3 timeouts. We'll see if they're going to kick this one away and try to get a quick turnover on downs, or maybe try and force another turnover.
I think you're right, Trevor. You know, there's enough time on the clock. They kick it deep, you know, and they get us, you know, basically in good field position for them. And 3 and out, and they've got the ball again.
For the Jayhawks, you know, that last drive, you know, they had the fumble earlier in this half, and that's something that you don't want to do. You know, clock, of course, is a factor. Your run game has been successful all night, as this one is going to be kicked, hits the turf, and a nice play that time. Just able to fall on the ball that time by Dante Love. And we were talking about that earlier, where sometimes you just got to fall on the ball that time. You know, maybe not necessarily in the hands team formation, but a great play to pick that one up and just go to the turf, secure that one, and now you set your offense up.
Did we forget to mention that nice bounce? Okay, here we go. This is now we have to win the first down.
So after the kickoff, ball again, great field position as Belvidere tried to get that one back on the opening, on the kickoff. And we're going to have a penalty, and it's going to be a false start. I'm driving back 5 yards. Gives us an opportunity to give you a score update. North over Auburn, 35-8 in the fourth quarter. Onondaga leads Boylan 7-0 in the third. Harlem's up 21-7 in the third quarter over East. And Guilford is blanking Freeport 29-0 in the fourth quarter. After the penalty, it's going to be 1st and 15 here for the Jayhawks at the 36-yard line. Here's Bracious. This one's going to be a handoff, and another nice hole that time as they're able to get back to the original line of scrimmage and some change. It's a nice 6-yard run on 1st and 15. Sets up a 2nd and 9. Gath right on the carry once again.
Should we say just eat the clock up?
Yeah, inside 6 minutes, as the Jayhawks looking to hold this one out here, as they hold a 2-score lead, 20-7 here in the final home game of the season. 3 receiver set here for the Jayhawks. Quarterback power for Bracious. Bracious has a lane up the middle, keeps his legs churning, carrying 4 defenders on his back all the way out to the 40. Ball came out at the end, but his progress was stopped. We do have a flag back near the 45-yard line. We'll see what the call is.
I'm hoping. Face mask.
Yeah, it will be a face mask indeed. So tack on a 15 as the Jayhawks are deep inside Belvidere territory. They'll spot that one at the 35, so they'll call that from where the face mask occurred. It's a nice run by Bracius, just using his power. As we get inside 5 minutes, of course, ball security, a big deal. They put the ball on the turf once here in the second half. I'm sure they're preaching that over on the sideline. 3 receivers, 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Tight end in here for the Jayhawks as they're running off clock. Here's a snap, turn, and handoff to Gathright. Gathright, a nice burst of speed as he picks up 6 yards on that first down carry. And time creeps ever closer to the end of this one. We'll see what the Belvidere coaching staff does here as Jefferson moves closer and closer to the red zone.
You know, really at this point, they've got to gamble. They've really got to gamble. So you're gonna see a lot of people attacking the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 4 from the 29-yard line here for the Jayhawks as we are inside 4 minutes now here in the fourth quarter. Jayhawks driving. Another quarterback power. This one, Bracius going to try to find the hole off right tackle. Right, he'll be driven back. Looks like they're going to give him 2 yards on that forward progress. So a 3rd and short upcoming. And we're talking about a gamble for the Bucs. You know, if you're Jefferson, you don't pick up a first down here, you might think about trying to put this one away if you can't pick up the 2 yards on this 3rd down right here. Of course, we want to see him pick up the first down on 3rd down. But
we absolutely do. The best thing is they're just taking, time off the clock.
Jefferson going to come out in this 3-receiver set once again.
Yeah, they're timing everything now.
Here is the turn and handoff to Gathright as he's got the first down and a little bit more as he's down to the 21-yard line as the clock winds now inside 3 minutes. As Gathright carries that one again. And again, the offensive line just really doing work out here tonight for the Jayhawks, as they are one of the big reasons why we're up 20-7 here late in the fourth.
Yes, offensive line and those 2 little linebackers on defense.
And Jayhawks working very methodically as we're inside 2.5. Trying to pull out our first victory of the season, up by 2 scores, 22-7. There's going to be another handoff to Gathright. Gathright going for the corner as he goes out of bounds, and that'll stop the clock. You got a couple yards on that one, maybe a 1 or 2 more yards, but that time maybe you just want to sit on that one. As it'll be 2nd and now 6 here for the Jayhawks. And clock stopped on the out-of-bounds play. Same formation that the Jayhawks have been lining up here for the past few plays. Gathright in the backfield alongside Bracius. Bracius has it. He's got a hole up the middle, still going, and he is all the way down inside the 5. Another powerful run as he gets all the way to the 3-yard line. And a score here might just put this one away here for the Jayhawks. And it looks like we're going to have the first timeout of the fourth quarter, second half for the Belvidere Bucs. As we'll take just a moment and we'll get you set back for the final action in this one. You're watching Jefferson TV. getting set to go here. Again, the first time out of the second half just taken by the Belvidere Bucs. Jefferson is looking to put this one away. They lead it 20-7. They're inside the red zone, and this one's going to be in for a touchdown. LaShawn Gathright, another score on the ground here tonight as Jefferson extends their lead. They are in full control of this one now as they are up by 3 scores once again here late in the fourth quarter. Score 26-7. And Coach, always good to hear that school song on the sideline here, especially when that means you have just taken it in for 6 as we put up our 4th touchdown of the evening. Gathright on the ground once again, his 2nd of the night. Quarterback power on the 2-point conversion, just puts his shoulder down. Powerful run as they extend the lead out 28-7 as the Jayhawks are in control.
Well, I'd say we're probably pretty safe to say that Coach Quezada has won his first game here.
Yeah, the way that the defense and offense have played here tonight, yeah, we're up 28-7, but Jayhawks have left some points on the board as well. So whenever you can hold a 3-score lead late in the fourth quarter without playing a perfect game, that's always a good sign.
There you go.
Things to clean up. You've got some winnable games coming up here in the last third of the season. I'm sure they would love to finish out the season on a 3-game winning streak, but even picking up another win, they got a very winnable game against Auburn coming up here as well. So we'll see what the Jayhawks can do in these October suite of games.
Well, Trevor, they've only been out of 2 games. Hononegah and Belvidere North. Everybody else they've been very competitive with, and they've just done that. That was the hard work they put in the offseason.
This one's going to be scooped up off the turf around the 24-yard line. Nice running room for Antonio Villarreal as he'll get near the 40. In fact, they will spot him at the 40-yard line. Gathright on the tackle. Hey, he just got the touchdown. Now he's out there on special teams making plays. A lot of talented athletes out here for the Jayhawks. Excited to see what this coaching staff can do here for the rest of the season and seasons to come, as they've looked really good tonight and this year, as you mentioned. Really just out of those 2 games, and we've got some heavy hitters here in the NIC-10. Always guys that are going to be at the top of the conference, but you can start getting yourself into that mix. You never know what the future might hold those next 5-6 years. Maybe you're up at the top of the conference. Good pressure here by the Jayhawks defensive line. A nice play, spin out of a sack by Embry as he was able to make a positive play out of what looked like was going to be a sack. Instead, he turns it into 3 yards.
Kids are still getting after it. That's a great thing to see.
4-yard gain on the play brings up 2nd down and 6 for the Bucs.
2nd and 6 here for Belvidere. Pressure off the edge in his face once again. Embry's going to pull this one down, and he's going to be swung to the turf across midfield. A nice run that time. He'll pick up a 1st down once again.
It's 58.
Quarterback keeper brought down by Jefferson's 58, Mackay Shoemaker. That moves the chains good for Belvidere 1st down.
Belvidere in no rush. So they're looking like they're just going to ride this one out. Still try to get some plays here towards the end of the 4th quarter. Embry once again going to drop back. This one he's going downfield. He's got a man, and that one's going to fall to the turf as Monto had some space running down the seam. A little bit of miscommunication between the cornerbacks to the outside. But luckily for the Jayhawks, that one falls to the turf incomplete. And we're going to have a timeout here for the Jayhawks. As that's what you like to see. You're up big, 21 points here in the 4th quarter, but you still got to coach,
Got to coach.
You want to instill good values here for the rest of the season and seasons to come. And that's a really good sign whenever – I always say, if you lose games, you might not focus on the mistakes. You want to focus on the positives. You're winning games. You want to clean up the negatives. And that's one of the things that I think this coaching staff is trying to do here as they look forward to their first win of the season.
And you want to clean those up right away. I learned from the best, Coach Bloom, way back in the day. If there was something that was wrong, it was fixed before you get off the practice field. I see a lot of coaches, I've been around for a long, long time, and people will either wait on it or turn their head. He never would do that. Fix it now.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10. Again, 50 seconds till the end of this one. Jayhawks have been in control. They are up 3 scores, 28-7. Looking to close out their first victory of the season. Here's the pass, pressure in the face of the quarterback. This one's going to be snagged by Jason LeBeau. LeBeau stays on his feet, and he's going to get another first down out to the 35-yard line. Jefferson just kind of playing soft coverage to the outside, letting those underneath shots go.
Get ready, boys. Get ready.
1st and 10, 30 seconds on the clock. Here's the snap. Embry rolling out. He's going to take a big shot, and that one almost intercepted back there as Embry just kind of took a deep shot, overthrew his man by quite a bit that time as that falls incomplete again.
That brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Bucs.
20 seconds left to play in this one. And thank you for joining us here on our first broadcast with commentary here on Jefferson TV. It's been a great opening broadcast for us here tonight. The Jayhawks are leading. They're getting to close out their first victory of the season over the Belvidere Bucs. 28-7, 20 seconds left. Snap, this one's going to be thrown, and another reception that time by Monto. Got to move the chains.
Well, maybe another snap or two. Trevor, my pleasure, did a great job.
As always good. Looks like Belvidere is going to take that timeout. They do want to try and get some points here before the end of the game. You know, you look up at the end of the year, 28-7, maybe 28-13, 28-14. Not much of a difference, but if you're Belvidere, you know, you'd always like to get some points here going away. Maybe bring some momentum into your next couple of games as well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But, yeah, Coach, for the Jayhawks, you know, there have been some outstanding players on both sides of the ball. We've seen 4 turnovers for the Jayhawks, including an interception, nearly a pick 6. A couple touchdowns on the ground for Gathright. Is there any one guy here tonight that really stood out to you that we could call a player of the game, maybe even players of the game?
Well, once again, we've talked so much about the offensive line. I mean, they had those guys on the sled. And probably their defensive ends and inside linebackers. I mean, really played well.
That's what you like to see, a team effort rather than one guy leading you to victory.
Well, we can talk about the quarterback, you know, Sebastian and LaShawn, but they had to have that offensive line.
Yeah, whenever you have an offensive line play like this, it's a recipe for success. This one's going to be thrown out to the corner as the Bucs are going to pick up another touchdown here late in the 4th quarter. Nice little pitch and catch that time. Demetrius Taborn on the reception that time. The 2nd touchdown of the evening here for the Belvidere Bucs. Still 7.5 seconds left on the clock. That would be one more kickoff and perhaps a kneel down here for the Jayhawks. Belvidere running one man in off the edge to extra point is up and no good. That one goes wide right. A couple more snaps to wrap this one up. And Coach Casazza will have his first victory as head coach of the Jefferson Jayhawks. And you know, Coach, you know, first victory is always special at a new school.
Always.
You know, I know it's his introduction to coaching here at the high school level. Like, I went to high school with him back in the day, about 10 years ago. So coming back here to be the head coach of his alma mater, getting your first victory here on homecoming night, it's always a special feeling for you.
And I know it was real special for him to come back, to Jefferson especially.
All over but the shouting in this one. It's been a great ride with us here tonight on Jefferson TV. Couldn't have picked a more perfect game for our first broadcast of the season.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me up here and getting a chance to see this. This has been awesome.
This one is going to be picked up, but it's going to be a flag as that one did not go the full 10 yards. Ran off a couple of seconds. So illegal touching.
Well, it's time to get into victory formation.
Hawks take over first down.
Best formation in football. So just able to take it, picked up the victory, and go home happier on this Friday night as we look forward to the end of the year. Of course, holidays coming up. They'll be right around the corner. Excited to see what some of these NIC-10 schools can do in the postseason. So we've got some contenders. As he takes this one, as that'll finish it out. Final score here tonight, Jefferson Jayhawks 28, Belvidere 13. Jayhawks pick up their first victory of the season. They move to 1-6. Belvidere drops to 0-7. Next week, Belvidere is away at Auburn. Jefferson will head out to Freeport before finishing out the season against Auburn. For Rick Schmitz, I have been Trevor Larson. Thank you so much for watching here on Jefferson TV. Again, final score, Jefferson 28, Belvidere 13.